Good morning to you. Hello, how you doing? All right, it's another time of the week again. This is supposed to be the third week. I mean, I feel like doing this like all the time. I miss you guys. I can't wait to have you back in school. Okay, quickly let's go to the business of today. How you all doing? How's your dad? How's your mom? I hope you are keeping to all the safety rules and precautions I told you in the previous class. Please make sure you always wash your hands with soap and water, and when you're done, make sure you sanitize your hands with alcohol based sanitizer. All right. Today's class is going to be basic science, and we'll be looking at first aid and first aid box. What did I say? First aid and first aid box. We'll be looking at first aid and first aid box. Um, Before we went on 7 term holiday, we have stumbled upon quite a number of questions on first aid and first aid box. Right now, you should be thinking in your head without giving you the explanation of first aid and first aid box. You should give it to me. What is first aid? Let's look at that. What is first aid? What do you think first aid is? First aid is the immediate treatment given to an injured person before he or she is being taken to the hospital. First aid is the immediate treatment given to an accident victim or an injured person before he or she is being taken to the hospital for proper treatment. Now, what that means is there is something called palliative. Say palliative. Like we've been expecting palliative from the federal government since the lockdown began, and until now I've not even gotten a grain of rice. So this first aid treatment is supposed to be palliative measure, palliative treatment, the thing that is meant to be given to someone who has been involved in a ghastly motor accident, or someone who maybe sustained injury like bruises, like burns, like falls, trip, dislocation. The first treatment you give to such a person before that person is taken to the hospital for proper treatment and care. So that is first aid. Now, the next thing we're looking at is first aid box. What is first aid box and what does it contain? Ask yourself. Ask your younger ones round there over that table. You looking at me. Ask them. What did they say to you? Do you know it? Okay, if you don't know it, let me tell you. Quickly, what is first aid box? A first aid box is a box that contains all the simple tools and materials needed to give immediate treatment to an accident victim or an injured person before taking the person to the hospital for proper treatment. How many of you belong to Red Cross? Hmm. Because you've not been faithful in your clubs lately. Pay your levies, pay your dues. You brownies, return back to your club. You Boy Scout and Girls Guide, return. Red Cross is another club. Now, if you have ever been in Red Club Society, you know that they do what we call this humanitarian service medically. When there is an accident, you see them go with their kits, a box like this right over here, like this right here, a box like this. You must have seen it if you have ever been to Red Claw Society. Now, in the box, there are lots of materials and tools that are used to attend to an accident victim or an injured person. First of all, let's take for instance someone who is drowning. Have you ever witnessed a drowning sight? The last time you went to the pool, did you see anyone drowning? I have witnessed one. Let me give you this. Now, I was at the beach and there is this dude who felt he could swim. Now, at every point around the beach, there is a demarcation. There is where you shouldn't go if you're an amateur. There's where you should not go if you're maybe a fair swimmer, and there is another deeper part where you shouldn't get to if you're not sure of yourself. And this dude went past the two boundaries, and the next thing we saw was he was drowning and crying for help. Now, before lifesavers could get to where he was, he had drowned and almost dying out. So he was brought to shore, and the first thing these Red Cross guys did, you will see them in their white gown or white attire with the mark of cross, this white cross on their clothes, crested on their clothes. Now, the first thing I noticed was done to the guy that just drowned. He was laid down, they put their hands to his chest, and they were pressing down on his chest. What do you think they're trying to do? Do you know? Oh, somebody just whispered to you. Yes, they were trying to resuscitate the person. Say resuscitate. Resuscitate. That means they were trying to bring the person back to life. That's one of the activities done by these guys that are part of the Red Cross Club or Red Cross Society. It's one of the measures they use in trying to bring back to life someone who has been involved in an accident. Like someone who is involved in an accident and the person is dying out, they try to press down on the person's chest, try to resuscitate the person, trying to make him or her breathe, and the person will definitely come back to life. So that in this box there are lots of materials and tools. Let's go to the next slide and talk about all the materials and tools that are contained in this box. One of such is hand gloves, another one is sterile pad, another one is, look at it, what do you think this bottle contains? It is either iodine or methylated spirit. I can also see here scissors. This is plaster, and here are analgesics or drugs or what you call, medications. And I can also see here thermometers. What do you think thermometers are used for? They are used for testing or checking your body temperature, you know, the degree of hotness and coldness of the body. Here is an ointment, and you have a lot in your first aid box. So the next slide is going to tell us or show us some of the content of a first aid box. Here we go. Now, some of the tools and materials in a first aid box include the following. For instance, the first aid box in your school. What's the name of your school? God First Children International Schools. Yeah. If you've ever opened, I think I brought it in the last class when we talked about first aid. Yes, if you've ever opened into the box, these are the things you would find. These are the things you'll find in the box. Number one is cotton wool. What do you think cotton wool is used for? Cotton wool is used for cleaning the surfaces of wounds. So if you want to clean the surface of a wound that you got, or while playing football or while playing with your toys, the best thing you should use is cotton wool. At another time, maybe you got yourself caught with a knife or sharp object. If you want to clean the blood or you want to stop the blood from flowing, you need a piece of cotton wool. The next thing is methylated spirit. It is not spirit like ghosts that come in the night and you are scared. Ooh, no. This is a liquid substance. It is usually in a bottle, plastic bottle or breakable bottle. So methylated spirit, what is methylated spirit is used for? Methylated spirit is used for skin disinfection in cuts, bruises, and wounds. Someone was going to ask me, what do you mean by disinfection? How do we mean, or what do we mean by disinfecting a surface or a wound? This is what it means. When you use a liquid substance to clean the surface of a wound, you're trying to clean that surface to make the surface free from viruses, especially germs. If you want your wounds to be free from germs, you need to clean the surface with methylated spirit. So that's what it means to disinfect, To disinfect means to make the surface of that wound free from germs. So methylated spirit is used to disinfect skin surfaces in cuts, bruises, and wounds. That is cleaning the surface of a wound. Methylated spirit is also used to sterilize medical equipment. What does it mean to sterilize? Clean. If you've been to the hospitals, or your mommy is a nurse, or your daddy is a doctor, if you've ever gone to the theater with them, or you've been admitted at one point in time, or you've, you know, gone there to see any of your family members. Now, if the nurse wants to attend to a sick patient, before the patient is injected, before they fix that drip on that patient, you see them with a metal box, a little metal box. In that box, you have the medical tools there. Before they use any of those tools on any patient, they would sterilize or disinfect these tools with methylated spirit. So that's is the uses of methylated spirit. The next one is iodine solution. Say after me, say iodine solution. Iodine solution. We have it in our school first aid box. What is iodine solution used for? Iodine solution is used to or as an antiseptic on wounds, cuts, and bruises. Iodine solution is used as an antiseptic on wounds, cuts, and bruises. Now, what's an antiseptic? Just as disinfectants, they will do similar work. Disinfectants keep you away from germs. Antiseptic also have some content in them that keeps you away from germs. So to disinfect and to use something as an antiseptic, it means those substances are keeping you away from germs. So iodine solution is used as an antiseptic on wounds, cuts, bruises, and to disinfect your skin before surgery. How many of you used to watch this show on DSTV or Go TV? How many of you? The show is called by Dr. Nasif and Nazim. Do you know the name of the show? Can you remind me? Can you remind me? Don't worry, I won't tell you the name of the show. Let me quickly tell you what they do there. What they do is they try to fix people. People who have deformed face or deformed body. They try to help them get back their face or deformed body back to normal. Now, before they do surgery, before these doctors do surgery, they go to a room where they wash their hands thoroughly. Now, you will see the substance that is used to wash their hands thoroughly. That substance is iodine solution. They use it to wash their hands before they go in for surgeries. The next one is scissors. What do we use scissors for? Scissors is used for cutting materials. Any material at all that you want to use on a patient, you use your scissors to cut it. The next one is bandages. Now, what is a bandage? A bandage is a piece of material used for holding dressing in place. If you want to attend to someone who has just got injured, if the wound has a surface, after cleaning it with your cotton wool soaked in methylated spirit or iodine, the next thing you need to do is, if you want to apply maybe the substance called tetracycline, the red and yellow capsule, if you want to apply that and you want that to stay on the surface of the wound, you need a piece of bandage. So you put it on the surface of the wound to keep down the dressing. And someone who has gone to the hospital or a nearby um, um, clinic to get his or her wound treated, they need this bandage to keep the dressing of the wound in place. The next thing is ointment. Now, in the first aid box I showed you earlier, there was this. Let's go back to it. Let me show you the ointment. This is the ointment. This is the ointment. The ointment is used if you have boils. Boil, that swollen stuff on your hand or any part of your body. If you have boil, it is used to rub on the surface of the boil so that it lessens off and ease off the pain. So that is the work of ointment. The next one is the embrocation. Embrocation is used when you have dislocation or what you call fracture on any part of your body. And the next one is hand glove. Very important. You shouldn't attend to any accident victim or injured person without wearing your gloves on. So those are all the materials and tools that are contained in your first aid box. Now, here is your assignment. You open your textbook, your Foundations of Basic Science and Technology, book 6, page 106, number 1A. You answer question I to VII. I repeat, Foundations of Basic Science and Technology, book 6, page 106, number 1A, I to VII. Submit, answer them and submit them in the next class. Remember to keep safe by washing your hands at all times with soap and water, and you rub your hands with sanitizer. And if you must go out, make sure you're wearing a protective, safe mask. See you in the next class. Bye for now.